everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and as promised, we're here for the rest of the watercolor card making videos. So this time I'm using the bigger size images that I did, and it's the same Sunday night. It's later. I did a phone call with my grandmother, who's 102. She tried to call me. I missed her call, called her back, told her I was going to call her after the video, and then she called twice while I was making the last video. So I figured I better call her before she would worry. And I'm very lucky to still have my grandmother. Like I said, 102. That's pretty impressive. So yeah, I grabbed myself a glass of wine and figured we're gonna tackle these last cards and just have fun with it. Put the wine closer so that I don't make a mess, hopefully. And so these are the images that we still have. So these two more whimsical and these more scenery type of cards. So I think these should be fun. I pulled out some blue. I also pulled out some of my big silver snowflakes. While I was out, I put new tape runner in my tape dispenser, and we're ready to go. So for the first one, I was thinking of using this paper here, which I never know what to do with, and thought maybe these sceneries will go with it, like something like that. And then I could put some snowflakes down here, kind of. Now, I'd like to layer something underneath. And obviously didn't think this all the way through because I didn't pull out anything that would go with this. But I do know I have some in my last drawer. So let's just open that up. Of course, need to push everything aside. Get to it. But we'll get there. Okay, so that's the paper I'm thinking about. That cardstock, I think, could be very pretty. Even that one. But probably more like the... I like this type more than that. That's too beige. So put that one aside, put that one back. Close off this drawer because I don't like using this drawer. Let's pull this one out. I usually use one of the drawers of my thing next to me as a shelf for my guillotine and all the rest of the stuff that I'm using, but not the lower shelf. Okay, so I think that this would be very pretty with this, and very rustic. Just kind of what I'm going for with this one. Actually, with most of these, is more like a rustic type of scene. So let's cut that down. Except for probably the snowman and the bird, which would probably be less rustic and more whimsical. The sceneries, I think, need to be more rustic. So this I'm going to cut down a bit, the white. This is just finding it too white. I could even, well no, I kind of want it even at the Actually, yes. Cut it a little bit more at the top and cut it a bit more at the bottom. Okay, so here we go. Sorry for the squeaky chair. Need to do something about it. When I move, it squeaks. Let's just say that days are pretty crazy. Time flies by, and when I have a crafty moment, I don't want to be spending it oiling a chair. So yeah. Now I don't know for that one if I want to put a sentiment or if I just want to leave it as is. That's the question. I don't know for these ones if I'm gonna put sentiments. I think it's gonna be better if I line that one back up. What if I was to do that? And this here. And then do that. And then use one of these sentiments. So then I can put it like right underneath and maybe put some bling or something on it. I don't know. I don't think I have tiny. Would have been nice if I had tiny little wooden snowflakes, but I don't think I have some that are that tiny in there. These big ones that I could use on some stuff. I have the tiny little wooden trees. Do I have two of these? I have the little deers. So, how about doing this here? So put that there, and put this here, then this, and then that, and then this here, and I could put the two little trees. Do I put one little tree? One little tree and a bling. I think I'm going to put one little tree with a bling. Okay, so oh shoot. It didn't stick. Okay, now I should put good. Here. Really glad I'm using this paper because I've had it in my stash for a very long time and didn't know what to do with it, so this is very cool that I found a way to use it. Kind of center this off, and then whoops, my brush. And this here is tree. It that way. One here. Here. And finally one here. Here we go. And I had some bling that I think would be pretty with this. It's this one. Very tone on tone. Whoops. Would help if I left the bling with the glue dot. I hate when that happens, when the glue dot doesn't stick with the little bling. Does that happen to you, or is it just me that this happens to? And here we go. Very simple, but then I think very pretty, and I really want the image to be like the top thing, since I made it and I made it for that. Okay, for the next one, what else do I have in that paper pack that could be rustic and look good with this? It's like the skis. I haven't done anything with the skis. I just don't know what to do with them. I don't know. I'm wondering, let's put this on top of this and put that on top of this. Should I go with this again? Or do I go something more like this? I think that's better. Okay, so let's cut this off. Cut this down a bit. I want it big enough so that you can actually see the design of the paper. I don't want it too big, if that makes sense. I've got an idea. That's why I'm going to cut that one first, even though usually I would have not done that. I'm thinking I might want to do this. Trying to keep my designs different, which is a good thing why I did take the little break to speak to my grandmother. This way, coming back, my thinking is not exactly the same as it was when I left. I can make my cards a bit different, because otherwise you end up kind of in a rut and using the same design over and over and over again. Okay, so how about whoops. I'll use a circle for the sentiment. So the sentiment And then I'm going to use another shape, put it in. And I'm going to cut it out of this one, this piece here. And put it like that. And this inside. Lucky drop my shape. These are all spell binders, by the way. I've had these like forever. Those were part of the the first sets that I ever purchased. So we really got a lot. We really got a lot of use out of them. Okay, so here we go. Bring this here, and here we go. I like that. I really like that. Okay. Assemble this whole thing. You're probably all finished making your Christmas cards. I don't know if I should continue making Christmas cards until Christmas, or would you guys prefer seeing other types of cards? Let me know. I have obviously done all the Christmas cards that I need for this year before this video. These, like I said, are for a special order. But other than that, I don't need Christmas cards, but I know that it's a favorite of everybody. Now, if you don't have images, or you haven't, like this, I did the watercolor myself, but if you don't want to do that, then you can use book images. You can print out images from online. There's a website called Unsplash where there's royalty-free images. I don't recommend using images that have copyrights on them, because of the fact that there's a reason there's copyrights on them, and you don't want to be you know, taking advantage of somebody, obviously. So I would recommend that you don't that you use, you know, the Unsplash, which is, like I said, copyright free, and I just think it's there's some wonderful images there. Here we go. So they're all in French, by the way, because, like I said, it's a special order, and it's a French-speaking person, so it has to be French cards. But it could be anything. And I could stamp if I wanted to. I just don't want to. Now, for this one, I'm wondering if I have purples. I have pinks here. Because there's purple in the sky. I think I prefer this one. Maybe I can use some dark green. Underneath. And then cut down my image to fit. I think I prefer it that way on the sides. Dark green. It's not quite the deep shade of green, deep shade of green that I want. I think I would prefer something like that to this. I just saw a piece of red cardstock fly by. I don't know where it went. Oh well. I'll find it eventually. If my chair doesn't roll over it. Okay, so clearly I didn't cut and bend this properly. Okay, so here we go. This and this. I have to find a way of putting my watercolor stuff somewhere so that it doesn't bother me when I'm card making. My space is so small, guys. That's the problem. I really don't have a large space, so I'm doing the best I can with the space I've got. Obviously, it doesn't leave me much room for storing stuff like that. Even though I did make myself a lot more room than I used to have. Okay, so put this down. And then I'm going to cut this down a bit. And my watercolor bled through the masking tape, but I don't mind it so much because it really makes it, it really shows that it's watercolor. But when you're touching it, you kind of feel it too, so. I think I'm going to use whoops, almost dropped it. Circle again. And I hate to use that piece, so I'm thinking I might use the other one because I've already used it and I don't like to waste. but will it look good? That's the question. Pretty sure this would probably look a lot better. Yeah, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and use this one. No, I think I'm just gonna use the scallop circle. That's what happens when I don't put it far enough for it to slide through. If you're wondering how to get the sidekick, I got that one on Amazon, and if you click down in the description box below, you'll see a link to my favorite stuff. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a little percentage back, but it helps to support my channel. So if you're interested, and even if you're just shopping around by clicking the link before, it helps my channel as well. So just in case you're interested. So here we go. Whoops, like that. I think that's pretty. Now, oh, I see something that might be really nice. Okay, wait. If I see little snowflakes. That would be a nice color for this. Yeah, those will be perfect. And I don't know when I would use them otherwise, so I think that's going to be perfect. And these are unusual colors, but it makes for your cards to be more memorable and different from everybody's card, which I think is fun. There we go. And I'm gonna do it like so. And then what type of bling can I put in the middle of these? I could put these ones. That'd be pretty. I think I'm going to put these ones. And I'm just seeing that this is lifting and it's annoying me, so I'll just put a little bit of Suquan tape underneath. Obviously, because I'm using watercolor paper, it's a bit thicker, so it's a bit more finicky to stick down, and you have to put a little bit more tape on it, and clearly I didn't put enough. My cat is hungry. Well, one of my cats. Trying to tell my son that it's time to feed. Poor baby. He's not a baby, but sounded like a little baby now. Okay, here we go. And so this here, this here, and this here. And just for good measures, I'm put 3 bling down here. Here we go. So here's my card. Okay, we've got 2 left. Going well. These are going to be more fun ones in the sense that they're not traditional. Well, traditional. Kind of are, because I mean snowman, but they're not, and bird, but they're blue and so it could be, but then again I just did a card that was with purple, so with pinks. Okay, so thing is, it's dark blue, so it's more like this type of blue, kind of. Maybe this card is going to be super, super, super quick. Took me like all weekend to make the images, so it's not like I'm skipping down on the time for making these. If I was to be paid by the hour, it's definitely not worth it. But this is fun, and I know that the person I'm making these for will really appreciate the fact that they're handmade, so makes it worth it. So I think that this will be very, very fast and simple. This is one of those tree ornaments, but I'm thinking that put right there with a bling in the middle and with a sentiment like right here, that might be sufficient for my card. Now, I would like to line, do I want to line this up? Let me check this out. Because if I line that up, then technically I should line my snowman up white. And I really don't want to line my snowman up. But what if I was to use something like that? Now would you be using up that little piece of paper? I think I like that. And I'm using up this little scrap. I knew there was a use for it. Oh man. It's part of one of the scraps from making the journal, December dailies. And okay, now where's my image gonna go? So I kind of need to put this properly. So kind of like that. And then I'm going to try to go all the way to the edge this time around so that it doesn't lift when I put it down. Leo! Leo! Here, wee bye. Wait, just say. He's getting impatient. But he's being fed right now. My son is taking care of his food right now. So soon he's gonna go upstairs and be happy and be eating. Okay, here we go. And then I'm gonna put one of those silver big blings in it. If I can find my big silver blings that I had. Used them in last video, so I know they're in here. It's one of those bins here, so I'm always putting my stuff in it, but then when I need to find it, sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's not so easy. I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time finding this, because it's a big sheet, so technically it shouldn't be that difficult. Unless I use one of these. Since I have one that's empty, like that needs to be used. Also have this which stuck to something else. Maybe that one should be going there. Actually, that's the one that's gonna go there. It was stuck on another sheet. I still haven't found the silver ones. It's just too funny. Oh well. I guess it was meant for me to find this one. And yes, I'm organized, but I'm not organized, and probably annoys a lot of you guys, and I'm sorry if it does. But, you know, you're crafting with me, and this is real life. So here's my card. Got one left. Only one. Do I make it open this way? I usually like it opening up that way. Okay, this one can be all red. Could be red and greens. Too traditional. Need something more whimsical, more like this. More like this. Whimsical and fun and just out there. what about doing that? Just want to make sure that I didn't have another scrap that I could have used that was the right size. Oh, let's see one. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. So here we go. This and this. So here we go. So there's that, and then I'm gonna put my bird, my red paper. And then I could put this. Put that like here, and then put this. And how about putting some of this here? One of my little sentiments. Okay. So this and this. I could put that, and I put one on each side. Yes. Put this aside, throw this away. Like so. I'm anxious to know which of the cards that I've made will be your favorite. Very curious. I'm very excited to be ahead of the game this year and not to be making these last minute like I usually end up doing. if I don't get the order that I'm expecting. It's okay, because then I can use these for my own use and send them to family members, so it's not like they're gonna go to waste. I just like the idea of having them done. Like I said, instead of rushing last minute. Last year was, because we were leaving and stuff, and I didn't expect, and then I can't say no, so I ended up doing them. But oh boy, I was coloring images while I was at lunch at work. Here we go. I'm loving using this rickrack, which I've had in my stash for like so long, and I've never really used it. So it's really fun to find a way to use it and stuff that I'm making this year. Okay, so I'm almost finished with this. Put need little pieces, not too big. Okay, so this and this. And then oopsie. Trying to cut that tape. I should have used my smaller tape. Why do I give myself so much trouble? I don't know, because this one was out already. The other one is right next to it. It's not like it was that far, but anyway, it's done now. And here we go. And the last one. So they're different. I managed to make them not all the same, which I'm very happy with. I'm hoping that it inspires you to make your cards. And like I said, you can draw, you can use other images that you have, whatever you have on hand in your stash, just use it, because we've got the stash. And we tend to not use it, so we need to use it more. So that's it for me for today. I'm hoping you're all staying safe, and let me know what you want to see for the next videos. Do you want to see more Christmas cards, or would you prefer to see other types of cards? Are you fed up with Christmas? I don't know. Let me know, and I will be happy to oblige. Bye everyone.